Now, the truth is that there was never a man or a woman that existed as a person on this earth realm called Adam and Eve. By historical check, there is no place you will go on this earth realm. You will find a place where a man or a woman called Adam and Eve existed in the past. Adam and Eve was just only a code of system that was representing nations of people on this earth. And the man Adam stands as a code of system representing this our nation they called Africa. And also the woman Eve was also a code of system representing this nation called the Europeans, the Romanians, and also the Romans, which are all the Americans, the Britain, and the Romans, and all of that. So they represent the woman called Eve. Now, same goes to this garden, the Garden of Eden, as written in the Bible. There is no such place on this earth. By historical check, you will find a place called the Garden of Eden that a man or a woman, a man and a woman called Adam and Eve lived and exist in some time past. There is no such place as that on this earth. There is no place called the Garden of Eden. That Garden of Eden is a code of system also representing this earth. This earth realm is the Garden of Eden. This earth realm is the Garden of Eden. Yes. So all they did was to code the word into languages, names, and identity that never existed. That is why they removed it from the original language, where it was written with spiritual and divine understanding. They now translated it out from the word and coded it into this language called English, which we have today, the English Bible, King James. So, this being, these people called Adam, who stand as a code of system representing this man called Adam, live for many years, live for ancient time, live for many generations in this nation they call Africa. We are the black men, the Hebrew men, the ancient being. We are what? Adam. So we live for many generations, many years, long ago, before this woman called Eve come into the system, come into the picture, which the devil, that entity called the serpent, Satan, have his way by succeeding in creating his own kingdom and empire and having access to this earth to destroy the holy kingdom of the Most High. When he disappointed, when he failed and disobeyed the holy divine instruction of the Most High, giving to him a principles to serve the kingdom of the Most High, which is me and you. We are the kingdom of the Most High. For the kingdom of heaven dwells within me and you, not outside of us, not in the sky. That is the truth they are not telling people. They make you to believe that heaven is in the sky. No. We are the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of the Most High, the kingdom of heaven, dwells within me and you. Our soul is the kingdom of the Most High. Until this serpent, called the devil, Satan, now came upon the earth. And then, as written in the Bible, that the Most High gave this man called Adam, which we represent in this nation called Africa, an instruction in the Garden of Eden, saying to him that in all of these fruits, yes, yet this day, I have given the instruction to eat, but except this one, which is what? The tree and the fruit of what? Knowledge of evil. That the day ye eateth of this fruit, ye shall be what? Corrupted, and ye shall what? Die. And what is that fruit? That fruit is what? Our holy divine culture in this our nation, our holy divine tradition in this our nation, our holy divine ordinances. The Most High govern unto us, his holy people, in the way we should live in that holy fear we call in our tribe in this nation Africa, Nso. In the eastern nation here in West Africa, we call it Nso. That is the holy fear we have unto the Most High in his holy divine culture, tradition, ordinances, commandments. He ordained upon us his holy people to govern us, to guide us and lead us in that obedience to his holy will, to withstand that entity called the serpent, Lucifer, Satan, who have fallen to destroy the kingdom of the Most High. And the word eat does not refer to the physical knowledge and understanding of physical consumption of food in this your physical mouth. That is not what it's pointing into, because all they did was to bring this word in the knowledge of, in the physical knowledge, making you to believe that everything written in this word happened physically, but not physically. It was what? Spiritually. It was never physically, but what? Spiritually, everything happened, not externally, internally. So that word eat was not referring to the physical consumption of food in your physical mouth. It was referring to what? System, alignment, way, pattern. So the Most High ordained unto them a holy divine tradition and culture, telling them to tap into that system, into that holy divine will, way, alignment, and pattern. That as long as they remain in that obedience to that pattern and system, they shall be safeguarded against the danger of this entity called Satan, the serpent. So they live in this obedience for years, for generations. And the devil Satan, who has fallen, the serpent, who came to destroy the kingdom of the Most High, came trying to find his way through this system called Adam, this nation of Africa, represents. But it was very, very difficult for him because we were very divinely, highly spiritual. We carry the divine holy intelligence of the Most High. We have a higher vibrational energy, divine energy in us. We are very intellected, creative, and intelligent, spiritually and physical, and we have a holy fear based on the instruction the Most High have ordained unto us by his holy tradition, culture, commandments, ordinances, and principles that we have tapped into to live in an obedience of the holy will of the Most High, to safeguard our soul, the kingdom of the Most High. So it was very difficult for this entity called Satan, the devil, the serpent, to deceive this black man called Adam. Until this entity called Eve, who represents this European nation, the Americans, the Britain, and all the Romans, came into the system, into the picture, where the devil find his way into. So they were the one who fell into that temptation, into that sin. And how does the devil find his way towards them? Through their mind, through their consciousness, bringing demonic knowledge to them, making them to believe that how could you serve what you have not seen? How could you serve what you have not seen? How could you believe in what you have not seen? That the Most High does not want you to know this truth. That the day ye eateth of this fruit, ye shall be like the Most High. You shall be wise. You shall be thus of yourself. You shall be what? Thus of yourself. That the Most High does not exist. So this was the consciousness, the mindset, the thoughts going through their mind during those days. The devil used a strategy to deceive them because the devil was so desperate to create his own empire, to create his own kingdom. And the devil find this woman called Eve, representing this nation called the Romanians, as an easy track he can use to avenge his mission on earth, because he wants to exist on this earth. For spirit cannot exist on this earth realm without a body. For a spirit to have an access to this earth realm, that spirit need to find its way out, a system, a body to exist on this earth realm. So the devil was looking for a body. That is why he go through these Romanians, who was so easy for him, because he want to exist on this earth realm, to bring destruction upon this earth, to create his own empire and his own demonic kingdom, until these people fall in that sin of disobedience, fall in that temptation of the devil, Satan, and not eat into the fruit of what? Knowledge of evil. They not tap into the system of that demonic knowledge. That is why if you watch their life and behavior, they don't have culture, they don't have tradition. Everything is random, everything is ordinary, everything is normal to them. They live life like animal. Saying this, I mean no disunity, I mean no violence. I'm just unlocking the code of the matrix, bringing the truth into a clarity of awakening consciousness of the mind. That is why you see them. They don't have culture, they don't have tradition, they don't have what they fear. They don't even believe in the Most High. They who are the same people that brought religion does not practice this worship they bring to you, because it is not from the Most High. So this was what happened as they fall into that temptation, that sin, and disobey the holy will of the Most High. It was written in the Bible that they were now what? Naked. Now, was that nakedness physical? No. That nakedness was not physical nakedness, as they stated it in this Bible, bringing it to that knowledge and understanding to you, making you to believe that they were physically naked, as written and also drawn in some art story Bible, where a man and a woman called Adam and Eve were physically naked, looking for dry leaf to make shelter for themselves. That is not the nakedness. The nakedness was what? An internal nakedness, not an external nakedness. They were internally naked. They were internally what? Empty. Because as they begin to practice that demonic knowledge called idol worshipping, they begin to worship the sun, they begin to worship the moon, they begin to worship the universe, they begin to worship creatures. They begin to create graven image, demonic goddesses, bowing to it in worship, not knowing in disguise that this is the devil. And they were possessed with demons, and the presence of the Most High left them. So they were internally naked. Because through them also, this nation were also tempted. People and parts of this nation called Africa joined them in that temptation. Some countries, some region and nationalities of this nation of Africa, join them in that evil path. It was written that after the woman Eve tasted the apple, and the man came called Adam, he now convinced him to also took part of the bite of the apple, which led both of them into that sin. And their eyes was now what open, they were now what naked. So their eyes open is that they now realize the truth, because when they are not naked internally, they were not empty internally. Internally was empty, and their eyes open, they now come into that truth. They now realize the mistake they have done. And the Most High got angry and left them. So that is their what? Their nakedness. They were now what? Internally empty. The presence of the Most High left them. They were empty, and demons now possessed them. And that reflects to the time of Noah. I'm still coming to that side. In one of the videos, I'll also teach about that, called Noah. So that reflects to the time of Noah. So they were possessed with demons during those days and time. And the presence of the Most High left them. And they begin to suffer the consequences of what they have done in their disobedience, because the Most High set judgment upon the earth and gave them free will of decision to choose, because that entity called Satan, the devil, that Lucifer, that serpent have come. So the Most High gave them these holy ordinances and also set judgment of free will, free decision for them to choose, and set the judgment of what? Death, destruction, life eternal. And gave them an advice to tap into this holy system of life eternal, so that it shall be well with them and their seed. So the consequences of their actions led them into that which they wrote and said, the Most High drive them away from the land. The Most High didn't drive them away, and the Most High did not cause them. It is their decision. What they took upon themselves in their decision is what they suffer. And that is how this world, this earth today, this is the same thing that this earth is facing today. Destruction, confusion, violence. Because the devil, Satan, is controlling this earth. So this was what happened. The Most High did not drive them. The Most High did not cause them. It is their decision. The decision they take, the consequences and the condition that is tied to that decision is the consequences they were facing. That was what the consequences they face. And they say that the Most High caused them and drive them. No, the Most High didn't cause them, he didn't drive them. It was the decision of their actions, the consequences, the condition that is tied to the decision of their to the decision of their actions that they begin to suffer. They were not suffering. Demons were not tormenting them. They were not suffering because they lost that privilege. They lost that opportunity. They lost the advantage they were gaining from the Most High. And they begin to suffer. This was what led to that situation. They coded and called Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. And mind you, the Most High is not called gods. The Most High is not called lords. The Most High is the creator that created everything in the heaven and of the earth and of the whole universe. He is not called gods. He is not called lords. Whatever that you call gods or lords is created. Anything called gods or lords is created. Men are gods. Men also what? Make gods, which is what? An idol worshipping they were serving. So the Most High is not gods. The Most High is not Lord. The Most High is not God. It's not lords. No. It's the creator, the Almighty, the Most High, that created the heaven and of the earth and of the whole universe. He is not called gods. So I'll be stopping from here, and then I'll continue with other topic of this teaching. My next videos. Peace and love, light.